Alrighty, we are kicking this thing off. I did this with no warning, so nobody in here yet. I'm just talking to myself. Let me go ahead and share this out as we watch the Chapiko Attila Subutai head towards this flag. I have been a bit of a logistics whiz, so oh, look at this. See, I've been here all day. I've been at the Citadel. I've just been sitting at the Citadel like all day, actually. Because, I mean, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I don't really need to be here. Basically, I've just been standing where no one else is all day. Because essentially what happens is if they push us off number 7 completely, then, then like the Citadel becomes contested again and we can't actually rally them. So that's what's going on, and now I'm getting cut off by Moof here. But it's been a pretty interesting day for sure. And just felt like a good time to jump on live stream. Yeah, they're trying to push us off here, basically. Like we took this Citadel hours ago. You see the mark. I'm gonna remove the markers now. I'm gonna remove the markers. I forgot to do that, but oh, am I not able to? Oh, I thought I could. I thought I was able to block. Why can't I block? I thought I could block the coalition markers, but I can't. I'll just try to stay away from them. Thought I'd be able to kill the... Anyway, the enemy knows this too. Like, basically, the alliance that I am in has to stay on this Citadel all day. If they clear us from this Citadel, then it goes back up for contention. And for now, the only territory we have connected to some of these flags is this Citadel. I don't know if we're looking good here or not. I think we're looking pretty good, actually. I think we just burned down here. Yeah, we just burned this. Yeah, and so one of the leaders just said on voice, "Let's go clear up 4 and 7." So I think people got here just in time, basically. It's in quick command? No. Oh, in filter mode, maybe? Oh, map icons. There we go. Thank you. You know what? I probably could have done this earlier. Thank you so much, Justin. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. So yeah, this is the situation. This is the situation, guys. This is like day 3 or day 4 of Kingsland here. We're playing from 1079. We have the ZIGG. The ZIGG is going to close in 2.5 hours. But we are getting into like Asian uptime, right? So we're a little nervous about 1718 over here. We're burning them here. We did burn this flag a little while ago, but it's already healing. And then we've got Earth Camp over here that's kind of knocking on the door of the Citadel. It's looking pretty good for us, but, you know, I think it might get really intense over the next couple hours. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. And I'm going to try to give you guys good action, but also try to follow on voice chat what's going on. So I'm like, you know, being a helpful soldier here. I think I've been pretty helpful today, honestly. I didn't get a lot of KP, but I stood at that Citadel quite a bit, and there were times where I saved it because I was the only one standing there. And I need to do a new New troop capacity boost here. So I've been playing for 4 hours already because I burned through an entire troop capacity boost. And we do not have a ton of troops here on the Ace account, but we're doing fine. We're doing fine. We haven't run out, right? This has been a long, grueling KvK, and we still have plenty left, so no complaints there. But if you've got any questions about the KvK or about Rise of Kingdoms in general, feel free to ask. We'll just do a fun little hangout stream here. Follow the action. Yeah, we're over here now, so we're doing like a counterclockwise rotation almost, because we are on the offensive and we do feel a bit of a sense of urgency to get this stuff burned, you know, before I don't really know like whose uptime is coming up next, but things have been going good for us for a number of hours, and so you just got to make hay while the sun is shining. And we've been running a lot of these Shapur Asher rallies, and they have been doing well. I mean, you know, the enemy's not really swarming them. We do have like a lot of field, so the enemy, I guess it would hurt the enemy to swarm these rallies. So the Shapur Asher has been very good. People, even in voice, people are saying like Archer rallies are so dominant these days, which I didn't really realize that was the case in my last KvK, but maybe it's true. But, you know, we've had to swarm a lot of these flags as well. Some of these flags get very hard filled and then others don't. This one, look at somebody's hitting Big Cane City. That is going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. And then he teleports away. Lol. He didn't want the smoke there, I guess. So that's huge to get rid of Cane City there. That's huge. That's going to make this much easier. Well, our rally's super low, though. I should maybe say something on voice. I'm just going to let him cook. Earlier, I was, like, monitoring all of this and, like, trying to be as helpful as I could. I was, like, scouting the flags. I was letting people know that what the rally was at and all this. But, like, I'm streaming now, and, you know, I'm just here to help. So I'm just going to let him cook at this point. I'll try to be just focused on you all, focused on, you know, providing a good content here. Evil Clown, how's it going? I did already say hi to Justin, but, you know, we very much appreciate your... So it looks like they're swarming the rally because it's so low, right? Obviously. I assume this rally's going to go down. I assume the rally's going to go down. Maybe not. Rally... There's this weird bug where, like, sometimes you click on the rally... It's kind of weird. Like, sometimes you click on the rally and it gives you this weird message of, like, multiple marches cannot go there at the same time. It's interesting. It's interesting. Let me know how this sounds. Let me know if you guys want me to turn the music up at all. Whatever you're thinking. But I think at the moment we're probably just going to do, like, a counter-clockwise rotation through all these flags. Like, we'll go here next, we'll come up here. These flags earlier were like super tough, right? I'll talk about those when we get there. So we're swarming now. I'm not gonna swarm. I don't have enough troops to swarm, so I will not be swarming. My hair's kind of, I don't know. All right, so we got the burn there. This is really good. What's happening right now is very good because it looked about an hour ago like the enemy was starting to get a bit of momentum. Maybe even 2 hours ago they were maybe getting a momentum. They actually tried to build a flag here that we killed. And like we couldn't get some of these flags down. We could not get this flag. I can't remember what we did with this flag, but this flag we burned it a couple times, then there was like a delay where we couldn't get it burnt, and now it's not too bad. Now it's not too bad again. I'll just try to fight a little bit, honestly. I'll just try to get some fighting in. Earlier, what I was doing in this situation is I was just standing right here. I was just standing right here at the Citadel so no one took it. And then I was like scouting the flag and scouting the cities nearby and stuff like that. But we'll fight now. We'll fight. I don't know if I'm like giving anything away by saying what the voice chat is. But it's a couple of kingdoms that are in voice chat together, and it's been a very good voice chat. I've been very impressed with the leadership and the shot calling and stuff like that. You know, we've been winning the whole time, so like it's been a little easier that way, but you know, it's been good. Like, people have made good decisions, and there's like a lot of people helping on voice. So I can sort of understand why Windcamp has been very successful in this KvK. But, you know, to be fair, but just because, like, Earth Camp is pretty nasty. Like, when you actually look at their kingdoms, it's like a pretty nasty camp. So, like, the fact that we are able to perform well is quite impressive. You know, shout out to 1079 and 1228 and 2965 who make up this wind camp. And I can hear a dog. A dog is going nuts at the fact that I'm live streaming. One of my neighborhood dogs is going crazy right now. They're going absolutely crazy to hear me talking all of a sudden. Yeah, good comms definitely helps a lot. Good comms helps a lot. I was doing my part earlier for sure. But yeah, they've just had like a good steady flow of war leads for pretty much all day. Alright, looks like we're going to another flag. Yeah, looks like we're like double rallying this one, perhaps. I think we might be double rallying this. Let's see. Yeah, so it's King Poppy Hale. King Poppy Hale is rallying this. I don't know if people are like old school enough to know who King Poppy Hale is, but he's literally like the original king of 1228. And I used to hear him talking on Shinshi's stream. You know, he was like one of Shinshi's like original buddies in this game when Shinshi played in this kingdom. So it's been interesting to be on the same team as King Poppy Hale today, for sure. I'd say he's mellowed out. I'd say he's mellowed out since the early days. But it looks like our allies here in Water Camp are just swarming this flag down at this point. And our Attila Subutai will not even be able to hit it. We won't even be able to get in. Look at this. We can't even get in. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Gave him a little bit of space. A little bit of space for the Attila Subutai to hit this thing. But here's like, I'm not gonna go over here. There's no reason for us all to go over here. See, look, they're making a play at this. They're playing. I gotta tell my voice. Hey guys, they're making a play on the Citadel again. They're making a play on the Citadel. Hardcore play. Yep. Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. As soon as I saw all of us going over there, I'm like, they're coming. They're coming for this Citadel. They've been trying this all day long, man. All day long they've been going for this. Because it's really annoying to get the Citadel back. Like, once you lose this Citadel, it's very annoying to get it back. But we've got a couple of flags over here that are healing, so You know, the story right now, the story at this moment is really, we have to finish the job around this Zig. For a moment, it felt like we weren't going to finish the job, but, you know, right now you can see that we have very good numbers. We're getting a bunch of burns. I think the morale has dipped a little bit with Earth Camp. It just feels like the morale has dipped a little bit because their rains, 90 minutes ago, their reinforcements were better than they are now, right? So we're just trying to finish the job here. We're just trying to finish the job. Because I honestly haven't followed this this war closely enough to know who has the advantage in Asian hours. I assume the enemy does. I assume the enemy has the advantage in Asian hours. They've got PBO3, right? They're Korean. And then 1718 is the main kingdom over in Fire Camp. So I assume that it's going to be the enemy's advantage here in the next few hours. That's kind of when I went live when I did, because I figure it's going to get pretty interesting. I think we might be doing something else right now. I don't think that this is our main thing that we're doing, but I could be wrong. Oops. Oh, no, we are here. Never mind. We are here. Yeah, so we're going to burn this flag next. I'll be honest, the guy who's shot calling right now, he just, I think he's from 2012, 28, probably. But he just, like maybe 90 minutes ago, he just started talking. You know, he didn't like say hello or anything. He just started talking and it was like, okay, cool. Everybody else took a step back and he's been doing a good job. I'm just going to run these marches down here. I think we might be at the other flag. Yeah, we're at the other flag. So my lack of understanding what was happening is going to get me killed here for sure. Because we're actually going to this flag. Obviously, we're going to this flag. I thought we were here. I'll show you guys those reports. They might not be any good, but this is not like an amazing account or anything, but the thing is, you can be very useful on any account. You can be very useful on any account, and yeah, I've been pretty darn productive today, to be honest. I do have a terrible teleport spot. My teleport spot is like way back here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this teleport spot. Unbelievable. And you know, our territory is like not the most secure territory I've ever seen. I don't think this is 1079 that's building. I think this is 65 LD here. Then this is 1228 here. And then 1079 actually has almost no territory. We're just in a stalemate over here because both sides are ignoring this. But this territory is obviously like not perfect. If they were to have the advantage, they could start burning through right over here and cut off all our territory at the ZIGG. You know? If anything, I would maybe think about giving us some of this territory here. But here, let me send my marches out and then I'll look at that rally. Sorry, I got a little distracted talking to myself. That's not what I wanted. Here, let me show you this rally. It's happening. They're saying there's 1.4 in the flag right now. Yep, so we're swarming this thing now. Now we're swarming this thing. Chapiko is swarming with his own rally. He's making his own rally reports look better with this swarm. And there she blows. Another one down. Another one down. Let me bring my marches out. The problem is I'm just having to bring all my marches out one at a time. That's the issue. Because basically, Ace has all his marches with like the max unit size, right? And that's not something I ever actually do. And I know it's not that hard to set up, but I wasn't sure if he wanted me to change those or not. So I'm just pulling my marches out one at a time all day. So let me see where we are right now. Looks like we're going over here again or something. Oh yeah, look, I think we're going over here again. I got the first burn on this flag. This flag had like a guan in it. And I just like scouted it, saw that there was one march in there. And I just very casually and coolly wandered my marches over here. And was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going for a stroll. And then it was like swarm, 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 swarm. Get the burn on this thing. But it looks like water. So our allies are down here. It's top versus bottom. It's blue versus red and orange over here. Fire and earth versus wind and water. And it looks like water does need a bit of our help at the moment. Over here. You see they're in like a pretty big fight with fire. And look at that. Chadsky. Chadsky, thank you so much. Holy smokes. Let's go, man. Chadsky supporting his allies here. And of course, Chadsky and I did our first collab over the weekend for Supreme Strife. It was very good to work with Chadsky. He was a true professional and just knows a ton about the game, honestly. So thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. I did see Chadsky in the field earlier. He was kind of like, he was like by himself, you know? He was like the only water player over here. It was almost like he was a reporter, like an on-field reporter, showing people what was going on. But now we're gonna go over and help Chadsky's side. He's in water camp, so we're gonna go over here. But thank you all. Thank you all for being here. I will be happy to carry the coverage through till this late night session. Because I think there's still plenty to go here. I think there's still plenty to go. Let me see. I gotta figure out where we're going now. Okay, so they're rallying us. They're rallying us here. But I don't think they have a chance. Natsu, welcome to the stream. Forcible Peace. Booze. Thank you all for being here. We've got 2 hours and 10 minutes left on this Zig. And, you know, I do want to make you all think that I'm a good player, so let me do this. Let me hit the troop attack boost. Oh, they're messing with the Citadel again. They're messing with the Citadel a bit. Boost, thank you for the sub, appreciate it. Yeah, throw a like on the stream, guys. Let's keep the attention high here for this KvK. We do want to cover as much as we can. This has been a fantastic, fantastic war here. Very back and forth. Like, the crazy thing about this is that not only did this Kingsland make it to a point where people were fighting for the Zig, you know, the Kingsland was still under contention when the Zig opened. Oh, we lost it, bro. Look at this. Look at this. I've been protecting this citadel all friggin' day. I go live, and I'm running around doing nothing, and then I get raided, and we lose the citadel. We finally lose the citadel. Well, this is content. This is at least content. Because what needs to happen here is only 675 can be on this. Only 675 can be on the citadel. It's kind of cool that this happened, actually, because A, we've got their flags burning right now, so we have a bit of time to get this thing back. And B, you can see how tough it is to get this citadel. Because we have people from other alliances, right? We've got IF-28 here. We've got S-79 here. But the truth is, the only people, for us to secure this citadel, the only people who can be on this territory is 65LD. Because 65LD is the only alliance touching the citadel, right? We are the only ones touching the citadel. So you can see that we own a couple of them, right? We own this citadel. Water Camp owns this citadel. Even this one's not controlled, but this one's not. It's not important. It doesn't accomplish anything. This citadel is very strategically important. Very strategically important because it allows us. It gives us the territory to attack their flags, right? So they finally got it. They've been trying to get this thing for like 3 or 4 hours. I've been the main guardian of this thing. I've been standing here all night. And I've been letting people know when they make a play on it. But I got distracted. So. Sonder, I'm not at too many kills. I'm trying to get to 30K, actually. Or 30 million. Look, I'm like super close to 30 million. I'm going to hit 30 million on this stream, basically. Oh, we got it. Just like that. Easy. 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 This was like way easier than earlier. It took us like an hour and a half to get this earlier, but we just got it easy. All right. So let me figure out where we're going now. Let me... I'm gonna just like... Yeah, I'm just gonna cheat a little bit and see where we're going. Yeah, we're gonna kill this flag here. This is a key flag as well. So here's what happened here, actually. We were trying to get this flag down for a while. 65LD was taking their sweet time to get this flag down. Then we placed it. Moof jumped out of his city before anyone jumped in the flag. He killed the flag the first time. We did get it down the second time. This was a very important flag. Because, you know, it gives us access to a lot more on their side. It keeps us a lot safer, and it gives us access to more on their side. Look, you can see, you can see that, like, we don't defend the Citadel. Everyone just runs together as a group. Taser, how's it going? How's it going? Algebra, my man, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? I'm doing all right. You know, definitely some ups and downs. Definitely some ups and downs in life, but it's been fun today. It's been fun I was glad I was able to jump in as a help in this war, and very excited to have Chadsky raid me for sure. So, thank you all for being here. Dave Crimson, how's it going? Alejandro Pina says, Wind is the dark horse this KvK. Yeah, Wind's done very well. I mean, look at the opponents here. Earth Camp was a tougher opponent than I realized. I had not heard of 2387 before, but they do have 3 stars, all recent stars. They've got 9 KvK wins, and they're very good at garrisoning. 2387 seems to have a lot of farms, and so they have had some very good garrisons, right? We really struggled over here for a while. There was a flag here that we burned down that we struggled with. And one of the things that honestly broke this open about an hour ago is that this flag ended up being pretty easy to attack. We got this flag up, and then we were like, all right, I mean, it's been tough to kill 2387 flags, but this doesn't look like a good situation for them. They've just got the one farm here, and then they've got the big player here, poor Kirby, who hasn't really been filling. So this flag ended up being a lot easier to kill than previously thought. And then let's see who is... And look, now it's a Dido garrison. Now it's a Dido garrison. It was a CY garrison earlier. It's going to be King Poppy Hale rallying this one as well. So I am able to... I don't know. This is a really high moment for our side, I would say. The enemy does seem demoralized at the moment. They really do. They really do seem demoralized. I think we're just going to rip through... I think we're going to melt this flag, honestly. This General Bakenko has been teleporting all over filling stuff. Shout out to this farm, General Bakenko. They've done a very good job. But this is a tough spot. You've only got the 2 cities here, and this city probably doesn't have much reinforcement capacity, right? So not many marches can sit in here. So there's just, this is a difficult one to reinforce, although obviously you see they are. They've been very diligent about just city hopping to these flags and getting people in. Yeah, Poppy Hale just said there's 1.4 in this flag. So we're probably going to swarm it here in a second. Gosu, what's going on, man? Good to have my old friends Algebra and Gosu here. I know I haven't been streaming too much lately, but it looks like I picked a good spot. You know, I picked a good spot to get back into the live stream streets. Rave, how's it going? Rave from 2563 and from the Ducky Souls Strife team. He's playing in the Supreme Strife Finals. We're going here next. I'm giving away a little bit of info to the enemy. We're going to this flag next. If you couldn't tell. And looks like they're setting up for another play on the temple. I'm just gonna go over here. I don't think we need to call this one out, but we'll go over here and get some fighting in at the temple or the citadel. We do get 3% attack here, but I think these all stack, right? I don't think they stack. I think... Oh no, we get health from this one. We get attack from this one. I didn't realize that. So you actually do get a buff from the Citadel. Jet, yes, I will show the map here in a moment. Let me just try to get a couple of kills here. The kills have been a little tough to come by in the last hour or so. But yeah, this is the situation. This is the situation. I mean, you can see it right here. Now, earlier today, the enemy did have the ZIG. They originally captured the ZIG. I believe it was Earth Camp that had the ZIG earlier today. And it was looking like we had lost. I was watching Kane's stream, and it honestly felt like we had lost this KvK. And they even knew when the counterattack was going to come. On Kane's stream, he was like, okay, looks like the enemy is going to counterattack at 19 UTC. And that was the correct time. That was literally the correct time for when Water Camp and Wind Camp were going to get online and try to push and try to turn this thing around. So I was very skeptical. But I think a lot of what happened is that Water showed up big. Water showed up big right around the time when 1718 was going offline. Wind had been on all day, but once you open up things, once Water takes the attention of... Oh, my looks like I had this problem earlier. Gosh dang it. Oh, there we go. We're back. Yeah, I think what happened is that earlier today, when Water was very offline, Fire was able to come over and help Earth. And so they just dominated the ZIGG, and they dominated the open field in this area. But around 19 UTC, which is only 8 hours ago. I mean, it was only 8 hours ago. We started a counterattack. And we have just... Both sides, water and wind, have pushed all the way north through the ZIGG, taking a lot of territory. And we've been slowed down a little bit. We have been slowed down a little bit by Earth. You know, I might just switch to a farm account here real quick and just try to reset. I'm just going to try to reset my graphics a little bit. Jet says, do you think 1718 has been disappointing? So I don't want to say too much, Jet, just because I haven't played in this thing a lot. I'll be honest, I have not played in it a lot. Statistically, they do have the most kill points. I will show you guys the stats of the KvK so far. Hopefully my game loads. Here we go. They really need a Gorgo Arch garrison. Yes, they haven't had too many like really strong anti-swarm garrisons, and we have had to we have had to swarm. Like, we've swarmed almost every flag, although not from the start. Whisper, how's it going? Going pretty good. I jumped onto the farm here, which I haven't been on in a while, just to reset my graphics a little bit. But I think 1718 has been fine. I mean, at the end of the day, they do have the most kills of anybody, so you can't really blame them too much. You know, I will say, like, all this hoopla when you log back into a city for the first time in a while is honestly really annoying. Like, people just want to play. They don't want all this stuff. Like, look at how long this is taking. Look at how long it's taking for me to get back into the game after not being onto this farm in a while. Like, look at how long this is taking me. It's actually brutal. Look at this. I got to read like a whole letter now. The one and only GR, they've got 2 hours. They've only got 2 hours at this point. So just to give you guys an update, they are still trying to burn this flag. They're still trying to burn this flag. It's at 1.1. I'm listening on voice. Yeah, 6% all damage swing for days, but also the citadels, right? I mean, maybe they could take the citadels back or take them from us, but let me show you where we are here. I think we just burned it or something. Oh yeah, we burned this flag. We burned this flag. I think this flag is dead now. I believe that's the last burn on this flag. We'll have this flag next, which is going to be a difficult flag for them to defend. Very difficult, right? They've got no rains from the south. Their only rains can come from these 3 cities here, right? So this burn was a little tough, I think, but we got it. We got it. Oh, now we're here. Now we're going here. All right. Oh, so Manny swarmed it. Yeah, Manny's been swarming a bunch of flags here in the last hour. It has honestly made things a lot easier. My game is scuffed, guys. My game is actually scuffed. What is going on? Look, I can't. My marches can't move. Oh my gosh. I don't know what is going on with this game right now. All right. I'm going to give you guys just the stream is starting screen. I'm very sorry for this, guys, but my game seems very messed up, so I'm going to restart the game. I'm going to restart the game here. Ugh. Man, this sucks, guys. Here, I'll put my webcam up just so you can hear me. You know that I'm like actually live. This is just like the only blocking screen I have. I'm trying to reload the game. The game won't even load. Oh my God. We might be getting in now. We might be getting in the game. All right, all right. We're getting in. We're getting in. Yeah, Manny was swarming a bunch of flags. That worked out very well. Shout out to Manny, whose account I've been on in the past. He's got an amazing account. Shout out to Lord Ace. All right, we're back. I think we're back. I think we're back, right? Yep. All right. We're back and we got to fight. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Bad Abdul, I think we're back now. Listen, there's a lot of people on this map, you know what I mean? There are a lot of people playing in this Kingsland. You've got 2 or 3 kingdoms per camp. And most of these kingdoms are very, very big A kingdoms, so that they are quite active. And I'm glad I've been able to be a part of this fight, because this has been a unique fight, right? This has been such a unique fight to fight around this ZIGG for so long. I will tell you, I didn't even know how these citadels work. I've been playing this game for 7 years. I've captured plenty of ZIGGs in my day, and I did not even understand how these citadels worked. I didn't really know that you could attack, use them as territory to attack. So it's been cool. I mean, when I first logged in, the first fight I had was right at the ZIGG. We were right at the ZIGG when we took the ZIGG. The first thing I did all day was take the ZIGG, you know, helping out in the open field. And, you know, these are things that you might never get to do again in Rise of Kingdoms, is fight for the ZIGG, have a completely open war for the ZIGG. Yeah, somebody on Voice just said there were probably a lot of us who were ready to throw in the towel when they made that push earlier. And, you know, I think that I learned a lot from today. I learned a couple of big things today. It looks like we're going over here now. You can see that there's so many touch points. We have so many things to burn that there's always something to do. There's always something to do. Now listen, here's the issue. Here's the issue, guys. They're going to take this citadel. As soon as we walk over here, look at everybody going over here. They're going to take the citadel. So I'm just going to stand here. But I will say that I learned a couple of big things today. The first thing I learned is that, in all honesty, I probably underrated 1981. Like, let me pull up the stats here. Because I am... Listen, I guess I'll just fight them. I was going to say I'll watch the rally and I'll be notified when they attack us, but... I mean, this guy's already going in, so... So, I mean, the first thing that I learned is I probably underrated 1981, and I'm glad that I didn't stream earlier in the KvK, because I probably would have said things that were... that could have been used against me, right? I've always watched a lot of Big Kane's content. Big Kane's one of the... he used to be one of the main leaders of 1981. I think now he's more of a content creator. But, you know, I've been pretty familiar with 1981 for the last few years. In the past, you could hear the voice chat because Kane would, like, play the entire voice chat. So I've, like, gotten a sense of how they operated back in the day. And I always felt like they just didn't have a ton of war leads here. I'm going to say something on voice. They're pushing the Citadel hard, guys. They're pushing the Citadel very hard. We'll try to stay alive while you guys run over here. I'm going to try to kite these guys as long as I can. It's going to be rough, though. It's going to be rough. I think we might lose the Citadel again, to be honest. Or do we have people coming? Look, we're slowly getting there. Like I said, man, I've been the savior of the Citadel today. I've been the absolute savior of the Citadel. Okay, so we saved it. We saved the Citadel. And I'll get back to my point now. You know, so like with 1981, right? It's like, to me, I always felt like they didn't have enough war leads. And they had some relatively easy KvKs. Obviously, they had that KvK against 1606, where they won. And so that was an impressive performance. But then they did 2 3v1s in a row. So it was sort of like, I don't know. I feel like they had never really been tested before. But, you know, in this KvK, obviously 1981 did very well. You know, I'm pretty sure they were second. Let me show you the stats. I'll show you the stats of this KvK right now. As I refresh my marches, obviously. Yeah, so here's the here are the stats for this KvK. I think this is relatively up to date. I'll just show you the deltas. I'll show you what people have generated in this KvK. Now you can see that 1718, they are in first place. They've got 212 billion KP. 1981's in second place, right? This has been a competitive KvK. And at the end of the day, if you can generate this kind of KP, then you're a very strong kingdom. You know, you just are. Like, you just are a strong kingdom if you can generate this much KP. You've got water next at 177, and then a pretty big drop-off to wind, 1079, the kingdom that I'm in, at 119. So 1079 has had a pretty good run as well. 1079 is bigger than 2965, so I think we can say that 1079 and 2965 are comparable kingdoms. But you have to give credit to 1981 for this performance. You just have to. You have to. So I certainly learned that sometimes I should not... sometimes I should not... Yeah, I banned that guy. There we go. I was pretty quick on it. Sometimes what I learned is I should not shoot my mouth if I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Which I didn't, because I didn't live stream before this. But I probably would have. I probably would have shot my mouth about 1981 and been wrong. That's the first thing I learned. That's the less important of the two things. The big thing I learned is that this game is freaking crazy, and you really should never get overconfident. Because let's be real, man, it looked like we had lost. It looked like we had lost this KvK. 10 hours ago, I thought for sure that we had lost. I mean, all we did was say, hey, show up at 19 UTC and let's do a counterattack. How often does that actually work? Very rarely. That very rarely actually works, right? It hardly ever works. But today it did. Today it did. We actually showed up in numbers and turned this entire thing around. So, you know, you have to keep playing, I guess. I guess the lesson is you just keep playing. Because I just can't believe we came back. I can't believe it. We really didn't do anything crazy. We just, all of a sudden, we had more numbers than the enemy. And then we just started burning them everywhere. We just started burning them everywhere. Now, it'll be interesting to hear from others as far as like why this comeback occurred. And obviously, it has been a very close war the whole way, right? Obviously, it's been a close war the whole way. And so maybe that's why the comeback occurred, is because it just... When one team has control, obviously they're going to take territory, especially in Kingsland, which is a pretty small zone and you can't place forts. But still, what a comeback. What an incredible comeback. TXPD, no, I'm not the king here in 1079. I'm just, the 1079s are just sort of like a group that I've been friends with for a long time, so I do help them out whenever I get the chance. Yeah, Rave says that's why it's always good to push past the Katie's limit, never know what's on the other side. Right, you just have to keep plugging away, man. And it's so hard. Like, when you're losing, it is so hard. So I will give credit to whoever made the call for the 19 UTC counterattack. And who organized it, and who like really was like, hey, tell all your kingdoms at 19 UTC we're getting online and we're pushing back. Whoever made that call, they made a great call. They made a KvK winning call. Let me put this user in timeout as well. There we go. He's got 2 accounts. This is actually the first person I've ever had to ban. Oh, I see what I can do. I figured out a better way to deal with this guy, actually. Yep, I figured out a better way to deal with this guy. There we go. He's still here, but we just won't see his chat. Abdul says that the 1718 downtime hit. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess so, but what was weird, Abdul, is when their downtime hit. You know what I mean? Because, like, it was already the middle of the night in Korea. Like, it was already, like, 5 or 6 in the morning in Korea when they logged off. But I guess they stayed up to capture the ZIGG. You know, they stayed up to capture the ZIGG, and then but here we go. We're now rallying this flag here. This flag has not been too bad lately. Honestly, I think that they are pretty... I think the enemy is pretty demoralized. I know I've said that before, but they were a lot tougher a couple hours ago. A couple hours ago, they were a lot tougher. Starts to 1718 is actually insane. Lots of respect to them. Crimson says the server update going into their downtime after ZIGG locks is so unlucky for Fire and Earth. Well, I mean, it's locking after the server downtime, though. So in that sense, it's probably not that big of a deal. I'll tell you what was unlucky for us earlier today, because we were rocking and rolling at around 23 UTC. We were burning them everywhere, and then Discord crashed. I don't know if anybody else experienced that, but at around 22:30 UTC, Discord had major downtime problems worldwide, and so we had a ton of people on voice chat. I'm not going to say how many people we had, but let's say we had more than 50, less than 100. Okay, and we were all on voice chat, and then Discord just crashed, and we were just for an hour or so we had to do everything with markers and chatting in game. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, it definitely slowed us down. It took us a while to get our momentum back. It took us a while for sure. But here we go, another Shapur Asher rally. Shin Ronan has been rallying all day. He's been on voice. He's been a very good rally leader. And here we go, another Harrow ISS. They've been leaning heavy on the Harrow ISS. I think that they're probably low on infantry. Who are you? Thank you for the sub, and I think somebody else subscribed as well. Appreciate the subs, guys. Yes, I am a fairly long time ROK content creator. I'm off and on. I don't always make a lot of content, but I like to cover what's happening at the high end of the game as much as I can. I do the official ROK live streams for Osiris League and Grand Prix and Supreme Strife. I play in a pretty good A Kingdom myself. And yeah, the high end of this game is always very, interesting to me. And this has been quite the war here. I guess I can come over here. Looks like there's maybe a little bit of fighting. I'm gonna be the protector of the holy site. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? How much KP? Batman, I'm trying to get to 30. I'm trying to get to 30 million. I'm close, but I'm close to 30 million, but I mean, I gotta stand at this little, look, everyone leaves except for me. I'm like the only responsible person in this like entire server. It's brutal, bro. It's brutal. Believe me, I'd like to be over here. Look, I mean, now we're flanking around. I could probably come over here now. Yeah, we just got the burn. Loves your war leading vid, the room grab. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Abdul. I'm glad. Yeah. I've got some more videos coming out, actually. I was actually going to make a video today, but then this opportunity to play in this KvK came up. We had a really good arc match against 3308 over the weekend. And there was just like kind of a funny, they tried to steal one of the arcs, and like Mad Achilles tried to steal one of the arcs. So I've got like a pretty good just like arc video where you can hear our voice chat. I might actually do that video after I end the live stream and just get it up overnight. But yeah, I'm glad you liked that video, Abdul. More to come from that KvK. Okay, now I'm getting, look at this. I'm going in now. Everyone's leaving. It's like story of my life, basically. Story of my life. But we're going to get to 30 million kills here. We're going to get to 30 million kills before this stream is over. Crimson says, after the first 3 marches of 1 Inf, 1 Cav, and 1 Archer, which march would you make for the 4th march? I would probably go infantry. I mean, at this exact moment, I would probably go archers. I think the 2nd Archer march is better than the 2nd Inf march. But I think in general that... But I think in general that infantry has just always been so good that I would build the 2nd Inf March and it'll just never serve you wrong. You know, right now the 2nd Inf March is going to be Ragnar Scipio, which is what I'm running. And eventually one of those two will get replaced. But I'd probably go 2 Inf. Dave Crimson says, pay $10 to update my bus card, walk a few steps and find a $5 bill on the ground under a bench nearby. Nice, dude. Nice. I don't want to think about money because I bet on the over. I bet on the over in the Monday Night Football game, and I'm pretty sure I lost. I'm pretty sure I lost like big on this Monday Night Football game. Oh, they went over. The game went to 27-24. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I lost almost all my prop bets. So I basically broke even on the game, but hey, there we go. I pretty much had the same experience as you, Dave Crimson. I thought I lost a bunch of money, and then I checked Google, and I broke even. Oh, we already burned this thing? We already burned it. We already burned it. Let's go. The thing about the archers right now is I was looking at other people and like what they're running. It's like, you know, you got people running like the ZIGG primary. And like right now with archers, what you can run is you can run QSH YSG, which is a great march. And then you can break out the ZIGG Herman for your 2nd march. And those 2 marches together just do so much damage that it's freaking incredible. It's absolutely incredible how much damage those 2 marches do. But we can think about it, right? We can think about it. So I don't even know if we need to hold this Citadel because, well, we do because this one's going to burn one more time. But we can touch this one. Let's see. Do we need to hold this Citadel? Let me see. This one probably has another burn, so we do need to hold the Citadel. We actually do need to hold it. All right, let me just... I'm going to give the location again here because people are just like letting this thing go. Okay, somebody just said something on voice. They said they're going for Citadel. Now, is there a way that I can do this better? I think so. I think I can have my Nevsky break off. Look at this moves. Look at these moves. Not perfect. Not perfect, but no, my moves are terrible. Look at this. I suck. I suck. I suck. I suck. I suck. I suck. They said we're coming. I could have done better with the running, but it is what it is. All right, I'm dying now. Now I'm just dying. Yeah, we got there. Look at this. We got there. Oh, yeah. T1 is amazing on this. That's what was so hard for us to capture the Citadel earlier. Like, much earlier today. This guy might still be here. I think he left now, but this guy, Puni Y, he was just running around with a T1 belly. He was just running around with a T1 belly, stopping us from capping it. Oh, look at this. I'm still alive. The QSH is so amazing. The QSH is still alive. Yeah, listen, if you want to deny someone from capturing a Citadel, just send T1 marches to, send T1 marches to delay the capture. It's very annoying. Very annoying. But so let's think about the 2 marches with cavalry though, because you know we've got the Huo Joan, which is still a good march. It's not as good as BQ Lucci, and it's not as good as QSH march, but Huo Joan is still pretty good. And then you can run Arthur Philip or Arthur William. Either way, that's the second best march. If the new cav is like really good. Like, if Achilles is the new open field cavalry commander, and he's really good, then I feel like and he pairs well with Arthur, then I feel like Cavs... I mean, he'd have to be really good. He'd have to be QSH level. The only way the second Cav march is the best is if Achilles is QSH level. Otherwise, I'd have to go with Archer still, you know? I'd have to go with Archer still. But I do think Cavs have the best 3 marches. I think if you're going to run 3 marches, that Cavs are the best. They're the best today, and they'll definitely be the best in a month or 2. Oh, sure, Bretsky. I will show the stats here in a second. Absolutely. Good idea. But what I was saying a little while ago is that I think Earth might be very low on infantry, because I didn't understand why they weren't running Kane's Garrison. Like, Kane was posted up. Kane was posted up right here, I think. Or Kane was posted up the flag that was here earlier, right? And so I just figured he would put his Gorgo Toku in this flag, but they went with it. They went with Harrow YSS instead. So I think they must be like very low on infantry. Thanks, Justin. Thanks. I've been saving this thing all night, bro. I'm glad I got to show you guys a few of the saves and what's been happening, which is that literally everyone leaves. Everyone leaves, and I just stand there and save it. But I mean, I'm trying to get 30 million kills here, you know? Oh yeah, you can run Zug Philip instead. Oh, that's a good point, BCav. That's a good point. I always forget about Philip. I forget about ZL Philip. That's a good point. Maybe 3 archers is better. Although I've never really used Ash Herman or even seen it too much, so I don't know if... I mean, is Ash Herman really better than, like, Nevsky William? Like, is Ash Herman better than Nevsky William? Maybe. Maybe. Rave says, I'm going to run 3 infantry for my KL. BQ Philip, LC Alex, Ragnar. That's probably the best. I mean, I'm obviously an idiot and I keep changing my mind. I would say that infantry is probably the best. Because, I mean, BQ Philip, LC Alex, Ragnar Scipio is pretty strong. Yeah, so, I mean, if 3 inf is the best, I'd probably go with building a 2nd inf march first. Historically, they've always made infantry very strong in this game, so... Alright, so, yeah. Let's look at the leaderboard. Let's take a look at this leaderboard here. Yeah, here's the autarch points. You can see that I'm not doing anything special here. Nothing special on Lord Ace here. But, A Canada in first. Itachi second. Moof, the king of 1981 in third. Chapico, one of the main fighters and sort of a leader in 2965, but not like a main leader in 2965. Chapico, but a very, very productive player. He's in fourth. War Thanos. Weta. Big Kane here in seventh. Very good performance for the YouTuber Big Kane here. Then another player from 3473. Roddy from 2965. Dead Cat here in 11th. Rise of Chatsky in 13th. I think Kane and Chatsky have some sort of bet, some sort of kill point bet. And Kane was saying that he's going to lose that bet. But how is he going to lose it? Like, how is Kane losing this bet if he's ahead in autarch? I don't know what the stats on the bet are, but he is ahead of Chatsky in kill points. Now, you can see there's nobody from 1079. You know, 1079 is not like a superstar kingdom. They're not like a crazy whale kingdom. They just have a lot of fighters. And look at this Manny. Manny, who was in the chat earlier. Manny is actually the top scorer for 1079. So shout out to Manny here. He's on top. I feel like Morgoth has been very strong in the past, and then Huline has also generally scored pretty high here. But yeah, this is how this one looks. This is how this leaderboard here looks. The deaths are going to be a lot different, obviously. But let's take a look at the deaths real quick. If anybody's gone, like, absolutely insane. Yeah, it looks like people have gone insane. Itachi went completely insane in this KvK in terms of deads. Clubman in second, the world-famous Clubman here in second place. Canada, the very well-known Canada also here with the deads. So definitely some whales, but not too much in the direct fight that I'm in. Although, obviously, we have been fighting against 2304. Or, actually, I don't even know what Kingdom 2304 is, to be honest. I assume 2304 is in maybe, like, what, Wind Camp? Probably. Yeah, looks like this is 20... I don't know who 2304 is, actually. I have no idea. I guess I can look on the, I guess I can look on here, right? Itachi's probably very high up here. Yeah, here's Itachi. Oh, they're from MIL4, okay. Yeah. There we go. MIL4 is 2304. 6 stars. I guess I probably should know who they are, but there you go. You know what, Dave? We do have a siege march. We're gonna have to bust out the siege march here in a minute. Try it out. So here we are. We're gonna get another bad trade at 7. We're gonna get another bad trade. I just don't think there's any point of dancing in this fight. Like, where would I dance to? Like, where would I dance to here? I'm going to kill the Cav because they're the squishiest. I know that you should probably target the archers first. But, you know. But the archer marches are very tanky these days, so. Let's lock onto this cavalry guy here with our remaining 2 marches. BQ and Huo making it till the end. I mean, I think we're getting beat here at 7, but I think our players will get here soon enough that we're not going to lose the Citadel. I mean, it's basically been like a pretty awkward attack. Like, for the last 6 or 7 hours, it's been a pretty awkward attack. Like, here's my city, and here's the stuff we're rallying. You know, it's like, it's a very long walk. Like, for it's hard to get farms up here. You know, for the people who are filling these rallies with farms, it's got to be, like, super annoying to walk as far as we are. We're close to losing it. Look at this guy. Look at Ranger up here. Look at Ranger. Very clutch play by Ranger here. You know what I mean? Oh, they want us off the Northwest Citadel? Sure, I'll let them know. I'll let them know. Let me just start this heal first. So we're... Oh, they lost the Northwest Citadel. Okay. I think we're off it, right? Yeah, we're off it. We're off it. Did we lose this one? Oh, no, that was that one. Oh, we lost the one down here. Apparently. I don't know how we lost this, but we lost it. We're doing very good on speed ups. The resources are starting to get a little bit iffy, but we should be able to hold on till the end. We just don't have many troops, you know what I mean? I think people underrate and underestimate the importance of being able to pull all your marches out at once. It's quite annoying to pull out your marches one at a time. But we got to get back out here. We got to get to 30 million kills. Oh, NSYS, were you on the list? Oh, no, that's Manny. Yeah, Manny. That's Manny, yep. Yeah, definitely a lot of very strong players in this KvK. Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting to see what the level of coordination was for this. You know, obviously my main kingdom 770. In the past, we were like a big A kingdom and we played at this level, but it's been about a year since we were at this level, so it was just interesting to see like what the level of teamwork was, what the level of skill was. It wasn't wild, like it wasn't wildly high, but it was solidly high. I would say that the quality of the play here is quite solid. Isn't it better to put all the T5 on Huo? Yes, I think that's true. I think it's just the way that Ace has the marches set up. Yeah, you are right though. That it's better to put the better, yeah, all the T5 on the Huo. I just didn't want to change the presets around too much, basically. Justin says, I got 2 billion KP and I'm only ranked 200. Yeah, it's a wild amount of KP, honestly. It's a wild amount of KP. We can look at those stats again. There's Manny. There's NSYS right there. He's the front line. Manny's here at the front line. They're coming back. They're coming back for the Citadel, so... Do I want to take the long way around? I think I do. I think I do want to take the long way around this time. Actually, no, I'm going in now. Alright, can we hit, No, we can't hit 30 million on this fight. We can't hit 30 million here. Let me fight not in dot mode and see how I do. I'll give you guys the zoomed in view here. Oh, they're all running as soon as I get here. Bastards. Can we sink our claws into this QSH? He's so slow. This is what Dave was saying. Archers are so slow that they're less of a threat. We did get some good hits on that QSH at least. Let's keep going, maybe? Let's keep going. Earth is not really playing right now like they're trying to win. It looks like Earth is playing right now to get KP. Which we have no problem with. I mean, it's been an incredibly long war at this point. There was 3 days of fighting at the level 7 passes, and I believe this is now the 4th day of fighting in Kingsland. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think this is something like the 4th day of fighting, maybe the 3.5 days of fighting. So it's been it's been almost a week straight of fighting, and I'm sure that people are a little bit worn out. But let's go for this one. I don't know if we went too deep here or not. We're doing okay. Looks like the people who are attacking me are running away a little bit. Let me just reposition briefly. Go back in. Now we're gonna use dot mode, just to maximize what we do. This is a pretty close fight here, actually. I don't know if we have people joining or not. We don't really have people. I think we probably need to retreat, because I'm going to retreat just the QSH. Look at this. I'm just dragging the QSH. My other march is still hitting. Look at this. Look at this movement. Pro movement. Pro movement. That allows my teammates to also disengage. We'll retreat the QSH again. We'll retreat. We'll disengage with the other 4. There we go. There we go. Pretty good. Pretty good. You know, I just gave my teammates enough time to realize that I wanted to run away. And then we got away. 5 March cheeseburger would be insane. I can honestly say I don't think anyone has cheeseburgered me all day today. Like maybe one dude. But for the most part, it's been a non-cheeseburger type of situation. So this flag's going down. This flag's healing. This flag is now healing. We'll probably try to take that one soon. Let's see how everything else is going. We've got another flag here. Oh no, this is water. Yeah, so water's starting to come over, which is good. In all honesty, wind has done a lot today. Wind has done a lot. You can see that we didn't just take the ZIGG on our side. We kind of went over to water side as well and burned a lot of these fire flags. So we were burning fire and we were burning earth. As somebody said in the chat earlier, wind is the dark horse of this KvK. I would agree with that. Oh, Michael Shaw clarifying the bet is that Chadsky gets 1.5x for his kills. Interesting. Sounds like a pretty good deal for Chadsky, honestly. So, we're feeling pretty good here. We're feeling pretty good. Let me just look through this box score from the Monday Night Football game a little bit more. I almost can't believe that the over came through. They scored 28 points in the 4th quarter. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 7 points in the I had the over 43. 7 points in the 1st quarter, 9 points in the 2nd. At halftime, I'm bummed out. I was happy all day, and I went into a deep depression. 7 points in the 3rd quarter, and this was a pick 6 touchdown. The only points scored in the 3rd quarter was a pick 6 touchdown by the Bears, and then they somehow scored 28 points in the 4th quarter. What the hell happened? I love it, man. I love it. Let's friggin' go. I had a big bet on the over. I had a big bet on the over. But I also bet on the Bears. The Bears lost, and I lost on some of my props as well. Let me make sure I won one of them. I think I won the Jordan Mason bet, right? Yeah, I won the Jordan Mason bet. That's good. All right. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Did I hit my hospital? No. Gosh dang it. It's true, Dave. I looked as soon as you picked. I mean, listen, finding a $5 bill on the street is crazy luck. I've actually never done that. You know? Algebra says if Bears won, I would have made 300. I bet less on the Bears, but I did bet on the Bears. Much smaller bet than my over bet, though. Algebra, you know, I hope you are considering coming back to 770. It would be great to have you here. You know, I could message you privately and say that, but it's always fun to handle your business live on stream. So it'd be great to have you come back to 770 with a couple other old friends. I assume this guy... Oh, no, this person is shielded. I guess this flag was empty. I figured we were going to attack it next, but I guess somebody just put it on march in here. Oh, look at this. We got a good fight here. Let's get in on this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. I do thank you all for watching. Be sure to throw a like on the stream if you have not done so already. Very happy to give you ongoing coverage of one of the big wars of the year. One of the only time I can remember ever it being the case that not only was this a high-level, much-watched KvK, that not only the ZIGG was fought over, but then a different team won the ZIGG later on in the day. Pretty wild stuff, man. So, as a longtime player in this game, I'm glad to be part of the historical record on this one, you know what I mean? I think there's like nothing in this flag. I think there's just like nothing in this thing. Or maybe they're talking about a different flag. I think they're talking about a different flag. I guess it's this one? I don't even know. I don't even know what they're talking about on voice. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. There we go. Oh, this is a... They're filling it now. Look at this. They're filling this thing now. Somebody just said there was 300k in this thing. They said there's 300k in there. Go crazy. That looks like a... That looks like a very thick 300k. I think now they're saying there's 1.2 million in here. I'm not swarming it anyway. I can't swarm it. I should have stayed down here. Why did I walk up here? Alright, we're just gonna have to rally that one. Alright, I can hit this guy. I can hit this guy. Let's go. He's bringing his marches out. Let's go. Alright, so we're running this way. The enemy is trying to intercept us. But a lot of my friends are also walking down here. Are they walking? Yeah, Echo's here. Although Echo's not paying attention. So I guess I need to redirect. Is Echo paying attention? There he is. Okay. There we go. I need to get to 30 million, man. No, Alger, I'm not putting you on the spot, man. You can think about it. I'm just saying, like, I would like you to come back. I assume that someone else has reached out and said, you know, we'd be happy to have you come back. So, I'm just saying, I agree with that. I mean, 770 is in a pretty good place. I mean, we got a lot of the, as many of you know, 1846 died recently. You know, the great kingdom of 1846 died recently. Our king, Praetus, she is a former officer in 1846. So we did get some of the 1846 talent in 770. My main kingdom is 770. And we got some of that 1846 talent to come in. Which is great. Rave, have a good night. Appreciate you hanging out. And, yeah, good luck in Supreme Strife this weekend. Alright, so now I need to start getting serious about these 30 million kills. I can't necessarily just stand around. I need to start getting aggro. Where's this guy's city? So this is Thurgle's city. Thurgle's here. Can we get a little bit from Thurgle here? Yes, he's staying. He's staying too long. He's staying way too long. We go on this. Let's kill the Philip first. I don't know why, but I'm just deciding to kill the Philip first. I'm just going to kill the Philip first. Is it just me? No, so I have a teammate here, right? I'm on the Philip Zug. My marches are not that strong or anything, but I'm on the Philip Zug. I want to get on the Huo next. After I kill the Philip. There we go. We kill the Philip. No, we're going to have to go to to the slow guy. We're going to go to the slow guy here. We're going to go to the slow guy. We got to hop. Oh, we got quick command on. Alright, whatever. The grind towards 30 million continues. It was quite the interesting week, one of the NFL. You know, the Sunday night game, Baltimore against Buffalo, was amazing. That was an amazing football game. We had my Raiders. The Raiders played very well. San Francisco got the win. KC lost. Justin Herbert looked great against the Chiefs. Miami was terrible. People are saying that the Miami coach is going to be the first coach to get fired this year, which might be the case. But here we go. Minhee's coming in with the rally. All day long, we have not been filling the rallies, and then we just fill them when they get here. So I'm going to try to get some kills here. Let me try to get a few kills here. This is Thurgle again, I think. No, it's not. It's this guy. All right. He's just going to jump in his city before I... He's just going to jump in his city, but Thurgle's pulling out. Thurgle's pulling out, so we can go in. You pull out, I go in. We're locking on the QSH, or we're locking on this other march, or it's the Philip. It's a Philip Archer march. Okay, interesting. Okay, this is trouble. I'm by myself, and these guys both have their cities right here. So let's walk away. I said I wasn't getting cheeseburgered. All of a sudden, I'm getting cheeseburgered. We're just gonna stay at this fight. We got to get kills. We got to get to 30 million. Because the server's going down soon. The server's going down. I'll keep the stream going until server downtime. I don't want you all to miss any of this action. Let's go. Oh, I don't want to... I was trying to hit that march, but I thought I might accidentally hit the city. And let's just refresh. Let's just refresh. So here we are. We're trying to kill this flag now. Last burn on this flag. So this flag is done. And then once we burn this flag will be done. And then at that point, Earth will be off the ZIGG. I mean, they're already off the ZIGG, but like... But this flag was very vulnerable, right? If they had been winning... This is the thing about what happened tonight. Is that because our territory was so dangerously built, if the enemy had field control, if Fire had been able to move over here and help Earth, and Earth had presence, this is the kind of flag they could have burned down very easily. They could have very easily burned down this flag. And then at that point, they're touching the ZIGG. At that point, they're touching the ZIGG, and they can potentially take the ZIGG. So at any point over the last several hours, if the enemy had been in a dominant open field position, then they probably could have taken the ZIGG. They would have had to hold that dominance for maybe an hour 15 minutes, but they had the chance to take the ZIGG. But we just kept our numbers up. Things kept going well for us, and so people stayed online. And now we're 1 hour away from locking in the Great Ziggurat. Let's friggin' go. So this flag's healing. Apparently somebody else from PBO3 just poured it out. I mean, it feels like they're cooked, man. I'm like, the only reason I'm not saying that this is like over is because it looked like it was over 10 hours ago in the other direction. So I don't want to say it's over, but the enemy is not fighting that hard anymore. They have really stopped defending anywhere near as hard as they were defending earlier. Earlier, this flag was a bear to burn earlier. Absolute bear. They kept this thing so full for like a 15-minute rally, 20-minute rally. Same player, Shin, was rallying this flag, and they just kept this thing completely full for 15-20 minutes, man. Looks like Pukeheart's swarming. $31 million kills. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, it's been a great comeback. It really has. Morale's a powerful thing. It is. You know, the thing is, like, by the time I got on voice, and we had been turning things around for a couple hours at that point. At that point, it didn't even feel like morale was like an issue. You know, like nobody was in a bad mood. It got a little testy once in a while when like we got slowed down a little bit. But basically, people have been in a good mood like the entire time. For the entire 7 hours that I've been on voice chat, basically people have been in a good mood like the entire freaking time. And I would imagine that on the enemy side, it's been very, very different. Very different. Where, like, the good vibes people have probably had to work really hard to... They've had to work really hard to... Yeah, so the one person was saying, why not put... Yeah, I'm going to try to always put the T5 in the Huo March. But yeah, the vibes were just good the whole time. It was a strong team performance, really. We were pretty good, man. You know, we didn't make too many mistakes. We swarmed at the right time. You know, people have just been scouting all the flags, letting the swarmers know when it gets low. As soon as the flag gets low, we start swarming. The garrisons were good, not great. Like, we didn't always have as many garrisons as we wanted, but it was fine. The leadership figured out, you know, they got a hold of enough garrisons to cover all the touch points. It was just like it was just smooth. You know, it's just been the 10 hours of the comeback have been smooth from an operational perspective. Did I hit 30 million kills? I don't think I did. I think I did. I think I did. There we go. 30 million kills. Let's go. Let's go. You know, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this for Lord Ace himself to collect that. And it's been interesting to play with IF-28, right? Because you know, 1228 is like a super old school kingdom. And like I said, early in the stream, I used to hear King Poppy Hale talking on Shinshi's stream. There were also a lot of other people that were on Shinshi's stream from 1228. And I remember thinking years and years ago, like 5-6 years ago, when Shinshi would be on voice with one of these alliances, I was like, they got some good players in that kingdom. Like, they're smart people. And I don't know if those are the same people who are still running the show here or not, but they did very well. You know, 1079 and 1228, they worked very well together. You know, between the two of them, they probably both have about half a dozen. They probably each have about half a dozen good war leads in both of these kingdoms. And that makes you very dangerous. And then 2965, they're a Spanish-speaking kingdom. They do their own thing. They're on their own voice chat. But they have a lot of very good leaders as well, right? They're also very well organized. So with Wind Camp, you just had three alliances that know how to play well. They know how to get their players to play well. And that doesn't always show up in the kill points, but it does show up in the field. It looks like we've got a new flag here now. We got a new flag here. We hit the 30 million kills, so we don't necessarily need to, you know, stress ourselves too much. Yeah, Lee, we'll just call this our alt account. We'll call this our alt account. You know what I mean? Oh, I need to grab this rune again. Let's go ahead and grab the rune of fire here. I think I'm moving to the rune. Yep. Okay. Looks like Khan is on now. You know, looks like Khan is on. I mean, that's what 1079 does very well, is they have different war leads at different times of the day. They really divide up the workload between a lot of war leads. And that is, let me tell you, that's really good. That's a really good thing to have in a kingdom. Let's take a look at this battle summary here. Look at this. Look at this battle summary. This covers a lot of the Kingsland War. Maybe this is when it started. I think this is probably when it started. So it started 2 days and 13 hours ago. And we've had 2,516 combatants in this thing. And we have had 8 billion deads. Is that a lot? I guess that's a lot. I mean, how many... I'm so stupid that I don't even... Yeah, because everybody only has like a few million troops, right? Like, an average player has like 4 or 5 million troops. And we've done 28 billion deads in this zone? That's literally insane, dude. Like, that's actually insane. How do you do... 28.5 billion deads? Holy crap. I mean, I can show you how many deads I have, right? I've got 1.3 million deads. I've got 1.3 million deads. And this zone has done 28 billion deads. Is this real life? That's a crazy number. That's an absolutely crazy number. So props to the 10 people on the overall kill list for this zone, man. Like, respect to those people. They're just going off. They're going off. I mean, Itachi has 4.4 billion KP in the last 2.5 days. You can get recruited to a solid kingdom in this game by having 4.4 billion KP lifetime on your account. So this has just been a monster war. And leave it to me to start casting it once it slows down a bit. But, you know. They're still going crazy over here. Fire has woken up. 1718 has woken up. So they're going absolutely crazy over here. Looks like we're releasing somewhere. Let's see where we are. Oh, we're over here. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're going to probably do a double rally. Looks like we're doing a double rally over here, if I'm not wrong. Oh, looks like they might lose the Citadel here. Oh, but it's not touching, yeah. But yeah, you can see how easily the Citadel... Anyway, hopefully this is going to be a double rally. I feel like it must be. I mean, if water's over here with this many people, it's obviously a double rally. Yeah, here's A Canada coming in with the tanking rally, the Asher, or the Shapur Asher. And then we are also rallying with Shapur Asher. So you are seeing that in this KvK, this very competitive A Kingdom KvK, it really is Shapur Asher that is the meta rally into all sorts of different garrisons. It is a very strong rally. I just feel like you can swarm this thing. But I guess people don't want to swarm into like this much open field dominance, right? Which is very valid. That's a very valid point. I think, you know, when I'm in a KvK, it's smaller. Like, I fight in smaller KvKs than this. So the ball supporting the rally is a little bit, is not as, there's not as many. And so you can often swarm down a Shapur rally. Like, you can swarm down a Shapur rally. And this is why you don't really see Shapur all that much in Arc. Because in Arc, you can easily swarm this rally down. So it's actually not that great in Arc. And this weekend, we didn't really see Shapur all that much in the Grand Prix. But in a KvK situation where you can literally put 50 marches around these rallies and so that no one wants to swarm it, it's very strong. It's very, very strong. And it ripped through that Gorgo like absolute butter. Like hot butter, like a knife to hot butter. Oh, we got, look, they're going for the Citadel again. They're going for the Citadel again. We almost lost it. We almost lost it. Oda got there just in time, I think. But now these guys have overextended a bit. And we're going to grab the kills. I guess we just have to go over here to Thurgle. Old 7070 would have swarmed it. Well, that's what I'm saying, Algebra, right? We would have swarmed it, but... I mean... But, like, you know... So if you swarmed a rally like that, or maybe not a crazy one like that, but some of the ones earlier, right? We would have swarmed it. We would have swarmed it and we would have delayed them. And we would have taken very painful trades for it. But in a situation like this, like a couple hours ago, right? Because a couple of hours ago, they were hard defending these flags. These flags that we just burned down, like 2 to 3 hours ago, they were hard defending those flags. They were, you know, they were really trying to keep them full. But eventually we just, at least with some of the flags, at least with the flags that they weren't filling quite as well, we just started swarming it down. And so it would take us like 10 minutes to get the burn, but we would eventually get the burn. And the thing is, if you just swarm that Shapur rally down every single time, especially when it got a little bit low, which sometimes our rallies did get low, you just swarm it down, and then that delays the shit out of it delays the shit out of us. If they had swarmed down our Shapur rallies, it would have delayed us hard. And then they would still potentially be touching the Zig. They'd be potentially touching the Citadel. Can they even still touch the Citadel? I don't even think they can touch it. I don't think they can even take the Citadel anymore. But yeah, I think they should have been swarming the rallies, honestly, because it would have delayed us and it would have frustrated us. And at the end of the day, this is Kingsland, and they're trying to get to their uptime. They're trying to eventually hope that 1718 wakes up and goes absolutely insane, right? They want 1718 to wake up and go absolutely insane and take over this map. And the only way for that to happen is for them to delay us. And they did an okay job of delaying us, but they could have done a better job if they had swarmed our Shapur rallies. Now, it would have been painful. It would have been very painful for them to do it, but I think they probably should have. I do. Sour Waffle saying Canada might hit 15 billion KP gain in this KvK. Let's see if we can figure that out from... Yeah, is there any good way to figure this out from the Autarch points? I guess not. But maybe you just know how many he has. That's crazy. Yeah, 15 billion KP. Although I don't think that's his record, right? Didn't he do even more in the big, you know, 1093, 1960 KvK? Look at this, A Canada, yeah, up. Maybe he'll pass Delanvy before it's over. Who knows? Clubman, the legendary Clubman, getting in on the action for this KvK. Clubman always manages to get into the big KvKs. I do wonder if there's going to be a lot more fighting later on. Like, I wonder if later, even if the enemy gets pushed back quite a bit, we should probably be burning them over here. Look, they're burning us over here. Look at this. They're actually burning us over here. Interesting. They're burning us over here. I think we should probably, honestly, if it were me, I would probably start focusing more on the sides. I think you accomplish a lot more on the sides at this point. If you keep building north, you're taking an unnecessary risk, right? You're taking an unnecessary risk of getting cut off later when the enemy is in their uptime. As much as we are dominating right now, they were dominating us earlier, so I would probably... yeah. I'm sure that we will build here soon, but I think this is like the most important spot. And then I also think over here, we should probably start burning over here too. You know? All right, we've got the Imprison. Let's see what we got here, boys. Hanmano, how's it going, man? I saw you out there earlier, Hanmano. Yep, very tired. Goody, what's up, man? Yeah, Algebra, I don't know, man. It's obviously part of it is pilots, right? Pilots don't want to do that kind of crazy swarming necessarily, but yeah, I think I was surprised because early on in voice chat, somebody was talking about how Shapur rallies are so dominant, and I'm like, Well, how do we know that? We haven't seen them get swarmed. You know, like we just have not seen them get swarmed. Oh, this guy's fine, right? Or wait, oh, he's in our territory, so this guy might be in some trouble. Do we have a rally on this guy? Nobody's even rallied him yet. There we go. There we go. Here, let me get in this thing. I'm gonna... Should I get in this? Oh, I don't want to kill... If I'm not gonna get in it. I don't want to take deads on this, but if I had a march at home, I would definitely join. Look, this thing filled up immediately. We've been having trouble filling up our rallies, but this thing filled up immediately. Let's go. Scipio Wallace. I mean, this flag is... The flag we're building now is very aggressive. And I guess we want to just really get them off this ZIGG. I guess we want to get them really off the ZIGG, but I would start protecting our backline, man. I'd start protecting this area here. I think you just got to think ahead to when the enemy has massive control. But that's just me. That's just me. Avesta, good to see you. Good to see so many familiar faces here on this stream. We are here in a Tides of War KvK. Top versus bottom. Fire and earth against wind and water. You can see even now, even as we zoom out here, 2.5 days into this Kingsland, if anything, I would say the enemy has more territory. Like, we have to acknowledge that the enemy has more territory than us in Kingsland. They really do. Now, we've got the ZIGG. We've got the ZIGG, and we're gaining territory at the moment. But the enemy still has a ton of territory. A ton of territory. So we probably need to come over here. As boring as it is, we probably should have somebody over here. Protect this territory. And maybe just expand a little bit over here. I don't know. The work never ends, man. In a tough KvK like this, the work just literally never ends. I'm glad to just be the... I'm just glad to be the YouTuber, man. I'm happy to just be the YouTuber. Watching, commenting. We definitely need to fill this flag. Oh, we got to fight down here. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to kill this flag. I mean, this flag is easy to burn, so we'll definitely come down here and help. We also have to keep in mind that the there's going to be server downtime in about an hour and a half. So people might not want to like start a new campaign elsewhere on the map until then. Kind of having success over here, so I'll fight here. I mean, it's not like the greatest situation ever, but I'll take the fight. Let's kill the archer. I assume this is MKR? No, this is Nook. So yeah, we sunk our claws into the QSH here. The Nevsky's out in front. Unfortunately, Nevsky nor Joan has a slow. So this guy could get away, but... Yeah, he got away. He got away. So we've got the rally up here. Chopico's Archer rally. Archer rally's dying. Archer's dying like crazy today. So many Archer bodies on the battlefield floor. after a fight like this, man, because we are burning through archers like archers have never been burned through before. Do you have a plan to broadcast the Grand Prix? Yeah, we're gonna be broadcasting the Grand Prix again next weekend. I think we're gonna probably cover a bunch of the matches. It might be solo casts for several different casters, because I think we're gonna try to cover a bunch of the matches. And I think they all happen at 14 UTC, so... Yep, we'll be casting the Grand Prix this weekend for sure. I think this is okay. I've got a bunch of teammates here. Yeah, I've got teammates here. This is fine. We take this fight. We take this fight. I think this guy's taking the hits. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Holy. He was at like 81 million. Dude, he's getting zeroed. I'll go back. I'll go back. I just don't want to get wrecked. Look, I'm like... Oh, let me hide in the ball. Let me hide in the ball. Let me hide in the ball. Sorry, guys. Yo, this guy's getting zeroed. I guess there's nothing he could do, right? The only thing he can do is heal his hospital really quick, which he obviously did a terrible job of. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on this imprison. And Brian, my namesake Brian, is zeroed. This guy is donezo, man. He was at 81 million power. Now he's at about 63, 65 million. Ouch. Yeah, throw the Charles emoji while the Charles Garrison. Oh my gosh. Whew. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Oh, Hanmano, you're on 2748. Nice. Yeah, you guys had a hell of a win against 489. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm safe. I'm just making sure. Look at this. He's done to 60 million power. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bro. What was this guy's highest power ever? 109 million. Oh, man. He was at 80-something. He was at 80-something when this started. So he just lost a lot, man. He just lost a lot. He lost like at least I guess 2 million troops or something. He's got to be just completely zeroed. Look at how fast his health is going down now. He's just completely zeroed. I mean, his hospital... Oh my gosh. 56 million. Oh my gosh. That's one of the... That's one of the dumbest moves I've seen in a while, man. I'm not gonna lie. Let's check his album. Let's take a look at this album. He's got a cat. He's got a cute significant other. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We gotta like this. When you got zeroed and your alliance asks for the reports. This is a self-portrait. This is a self-portrait of Brian. Oh man. Oh dude. And there he goes. 10 out of 10 in prison. 10 out of 10 in prison right there. Oh my gosh. That was a great imprison right there. Look at this. Look at this. Even the swarmers. The swarmers absolutely eating, bro. Look at the swarmers just eating against this ever-changing garrison. Oh, looks like he brought marches out or something. He brought marches out to fight. I mean, I don't even know. Look at this. Just the one swarmer This one swarmer did 200k deads to the guy. Brian is an X65 member? No, 2965. Yeah, he must have used to be in 2965. So, that's pretty crazy. Maybe he was a spy. Oh, man. Well, I'm not gonna swarm. I'm not gonna swarm. So we get the burn on this one. This will be a good flag to burn down. This will be a good flag. Look, I mean, we are protecting our territory in a way by sort of attacking them from this side. But only if we actually get into here. Only if we get into here. I think what's going to happen is we're going to come back from the downtime and they're going to be able to attack us over here. And they're probably going to go for this area. You know? Like, some of these flags are a little bit tough to... This flag we can defend very well. And this flag we can probably defend well. These Lohars will be gone by the time the server downtime comes back up. So... yeah, I do think there's going to still be a lot of fighting. I think the enemy will probably try to do a counterattack. If I had to guess, I would guess they would try to do a counterattack. I might be wrong, though. It might be over. Oh, we lost this citadel. Or no, we didn't. No, we didn't. All right, we're probably going to go for this flag next, I assume. Uh-oh, looks like the People's Champ is AFK. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. That was fast. Oh, here we go. Dragon Dance with the report as well. Yeah, look at that. Wow. 100k deads in 4 seconds. Look at this at the end. At the end when Brian had nothing left. He took 100k deads in 4 seconds. Dude, that is absolute devastation right there. Oh, we're building the flag here, okay. We are building a flag. I didn't see who the rally had, who had the rally. I didn't see the rally, but I'll let me check Lost Kingdom chat. Rip Brian. Rip Brian. I guess I could ask Brian for the report, but I should have messaged him before he left. Honestly, I didn't. So Frito or Griel, I didn't really want to ask Brian for the report. I just think that was such a painful. I think we just witnessed such a painful moment that I just didn't want to ask for the report. But maybe I should have. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough 0 that we just saw. Because he didn't really do any damage to us at all. But listen, a Kingsland without at least 2 nasty zeroings is not considered a proper affair. Let's see what the fighting is like over here on the other side. Water and fire still going at it. Fire was AFK for many hours. That was a big part of this. Like, I'm going to be real. A big part of what happened today and a big part of this comeback was the fact that fire just completely disappeared for several hours. At the same time, At the same time, I will say, though, water didn't really come over here to help us that much that I saw. Maybe early on they did. Early on, water might have come over to help us a little bit, but from the point that I was on, you know, 7 hours ago, 7, 8 hours ago, from that point on, water didn't really help us. And so if Earth had been able to defend against us 1v1, maybe this would be a different story. But there is some fighting over here. Maybe I'll just walk over here. I'll walk over here, guys. I got to give you guys better content than standing around. I mean, it's been a long day, but we're going to keep it going. We'll keep chugging away, try to get some kills here. Here, let me bust out the siege march. Let me bust out the siege march. Looks like we have an archer rally somewhere. Yeah, looks like we're rallying this now. So we'll watch this as I walk over to the other thing. I will also say there was very little siege. Very little siege in the fight today. Like, I saw very little siege. This is the most siege that I've seen by far. I don't think this is a good situation for siege, generally. I don't think the ZIGG area is a good situation for siege because where the fight was happening, it changed so often. It just changed so often. We did have a bunch of siege here at the ZIGG. We had a lot of siege at the ZIGG earlier. But other than that, we didn't really use any siege, and neither did the enemy. At least that I saw. I'm a little surprised that these really big A kingdoms don't have more siege, honestly. I think building siege is very smart. I think it's very smart for a kingdom to build siege. Let's do a little dancing here. We have not really been dancing much today at all, but this is a dancey type of fight, so we'll dance. This guy's like completely out of position, so we'll kill him. Easy. And then we'll push. We'll just push. They're like, oh, Lord Ace is here? Let's push. Oh, we got to the siege. Look at that. Here we go. Kill the siege. Go up here. Kill more siege. This siege is getting away. I think this one is probably not going to get away. Yum, yum, yum. Nom, nom, nom. I guess I'm overextended. Let's see if my pool gets melted. Nope, we got away pretty well there. We got away pretty well. My Huo pathing was not too good. So the Huo's going to get hurt here. Huo's going to get hurt here a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, Huo's dead. Huo's dead. All right, let me bring the siege out. Let me bring my siege out. Oh, we've got a nasty siege march here. Look at this. Full legendary gear. And then let's look at the inscriptions. Here's the armaments for this siege march. So let's try this siege march out here. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna kill these 3 marches off, and then I'm gonna just use the siege. We're in the siege testing phase of this epic war now. Oh, this guy's just cheeseburgering. You know, I think this comeback might have gone differently if this was an artifact KvK. Because we did swarm pretty heavily. We swarmed their flags pretty heavily, and if you can put like a Gorgo Attila or an Attila Gorgo into some of these flags, Or even maybe something like a CY Gorgo. I'm not sure if that's any good, but you know, obviously a Gorgo Attila is like amazing anti-swarm. Or you know, they should have maybe even done a Gorgo Charles. Well, that wouldn't have worked. We would have just rallied them, but you know, I think what they could have done is maybe like had a Gorgo Charles backup, and then once we start swarming, switch to the Gorgo Charles, and then like heavily punish our swarm. I think they might have been able to do something like that. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Now you, Katie, have Rebel they take in Kingsland? Not sure what you mean exactly, AA. But we're definitely taking some land in Kingsland, that's for sure. Yeah, no, we're not gonna, there's gonna be no betrayal. No, I don't think there's gonna be any drama here. Everybody seems to be getting along very well on voice, for sure. I guess we're backing here. I guess we're backing. It's kind of wild. This is like the fighting that I'm doing right now is like the normal, like usual KvK fighting. Like this is the fighting that most people are so used to, is just like going back and forth. And like this is the first time I fought like this all day. Like I have not fought like this all freaking day. When you're not near cities, it's very different. You know what, I'm going to keep going because I see that siege up there, and I see that we're pushing. So we might be able to get into this siege again. I feel like we all have the same idea. A lot of people are backing. I don't know why we're backing. Can we not just like kill this siege? I guess we're backing again. I guess we're just backing. I don't know. Very disciplined. Very disciplined fighting here by Water Camp. They keep calling the retreats or whatever. All right, so let's figure out how to use this siege with our other marches. Like, how does this work? Okay, so the siege just sort of sets up there, and then I can. Okay, so I can do it like that. Yeah, so the siege is not like super hard to control. All right, let's just try to use our siege for a minute here. Can I put my marches? I'm gonna put 3 of my marches just over here. Put the. Yeah, let me send all these marches home, and then I'm just gonna use the siege. Let me just use the siege for a bit. Lazy Wangs, how's it going? Yeah, things are going pretty good. You know, it's been a relatively challenging year for me, but today's been good, and yeah, overall things have been pretty good. My commitment to Rise of Kingdoms ebbs and flows for sure. Now, why can't I set up here? You can only perform this operation and make sure there's no nearby units. I guess I can set up here, right? Huh. Maybe here? I should probably set up here, right? Oh, how does this work? Let me try to move up here and do it. Why is it not letting me set up here? What is this? Oh, is it saying like where I... There we go. There we go. I don't know if I was like too close to the mountain or what there. I'm gonna move up again. I'm gonna move up again with this siege march. I just want to see what kind of trades I can get with this thing. If I'm just like one marching a siege march, like what kind of trades can I get? I might be in deep trouble here. Is my team gonna turn here? I'm leaving. I'm running. Maybe I run in time. Let's see. Did I just butcher this? They all came. Oh no! Look at that. All right, we gotta try the siege again. I suck with siege. Let's look at that trade. Oh no. Well, it is what it is. I was too greedy, man. I was too greedy. All these siege are just like in a good position and then they never move. So they just get like a little bit of damage here and there. Yeah, I guess behind the city's a good spot. I just wanted to like get a more immediate result, you know what I mean? I wanted to get a more immediate result. I think we're going to capture this ZIGG pretty freaking soon, man. I do think we're going to capture this ZIGG quite freaking soon. 15 minutes. 15 minutes and we got this thing locked in. Plus 3% all damage, and then the enemy takes 3% more damage. Very, very nice buffs to have here. Alright, here we go. We've got another rally over here. I'll bring the siege back out. The siege is going to come back out here in a minute. Oh, they're building a flag. The enemy built a flag here, which is wild. Look, they built the flag at the exact spot I was talking about. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, this is where they're going to attack us. When they eventually have control of this map, this is where they will attack us. But that time is not now. All right, let me bring the siege back out. Hopefully I don't have to heal any siege, but I might have to. We're close enough. Oh, we got T4 siege. It's easy to safe spot because there's a 10-second gap before you can run. Yeah, no, I knew there was a gap, but I just played dumb. I have no excuse for that performance, that siege performance. We'll do better this time. Oh, I should have, maybe I should have brought some of my marches out just to, like, protect this area, but I think we'll be okay here. All right, let me bring my siege over here again. Oh, we definitely need to fill this flag up a little bit more. Well, we've got such field control that we're fine. We're burning them like everywhere over here. Ooh. What? Why are you walking that way? Alright, we're just gonna put the siege in this group here and see what happens. Ugh. I'm going to need to work on my endurance before my next war, because I've been playing for like 7 or 8 hours and I am exhausted. After 7 or 8 hours, I should be like pretty fresh. All right, so we've got the siege. We've learned from our mistakes. We're just gonna set the... Maybe here? Oh, I see. So I see. I get it. Okay, now I understand. The siege is actually on the screen and I'm picking where to put it. Okay. Alright, so I'm the most forward siege again, which might be a horrible, horrible mistake, or it might be absolute genius. This position is either genius or bad, but it looks like it's genius. Looks like it's absolute genius. As I'm absolutely wrecking these dudes. I'm wrecking these dudes. Look at this guy. Look at the range. Look at the range there. Let's look at that report real quick. I mean, 2 for 1'd them. Just absolutely 2 for 1'd those 2 marches. And look at all my friends here. My friends just like creating a wall, dancing back and forth for me as I just collect kill points. As an absolute god tier siege main. I don't think they're going to keep going. I think we're in a good spot here. Look, this guy went ahead of me. He skipped the line. This guy skipped the line. He went ahead of me. How is the normal tack trades if you don't fire a skill off? I think I probably did a skill there. But yeah, I guess we can take a look through the battle log a little bit here. Yeah, so it looks like when I'm not casting a skill, I'm taking a little bit more damage. Actually, not true. Once I get warmed up after a couple of turns, even if I'm not doing a skill, it looks like I'm actually getting a pretty good trade. Like, I'm not sure what happened on this. Like, I don't think I used a skill here. Now, here's the skill. Here's me casting a skill. Here's me. Look at this. This is me casting the other skill. But look at the trades without the skill. The heal is massive. The heal is a massive trade. So, yeah, very good trades. Very good trades without the skills casting. XIPP. Yes, it's been a while since I streamed for sure. I was definitely a little burnt out on Rise of Kingdoms. Not sure what my future was with the game. I'm a little more I've been enjoying things lately, so, you know. Yeah, I wonder, I'm not going to build a siege march on my main, but I really need to talk to my kingdom about building more siege, I think. I think siege is still like a super, super good idea to build. Super good idea. Like, I bet in this fight here, like, how both sides are just going back and forth over and over again. I'm going to fall back here. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play it safe here, guys. I'm just going to back up a little bit. No big deal. We'll go there. We'll go there. It's a little hard to put it down sometimes. Not gonna lie, it's a little hard to put this thing down sometimes. I'm probably just bad at it, but let's see if I could, if it's easier in dot mode. Probably not. Why am I so bad at this? It's like, I want there to be time to... It's just... Maybe I just need to be away from this mountaintop. No, see, look. Even here... Okay, so that's like that. I can do it like that, I guess. I'm really bad at putting it down. I'm really bad at putting this siege down. Here we go. Looks like I'm clipping them though. Yeah, I think because in this fight we have so much more siege than they do. That's probably enough for us to be winning this fight. Because it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. This is an amazing fight for siege. Like an amazing fight for siege. I'm gonna move forward. Yeah, there we go. So here we go. Yeah. Oh, I'm like aiming this way. Alright, so I'm not in range right now. Hopefully the fight goes backwards in our direction. I guess I could move up. Let me move up. Let me move up a little bit. You can slide it to find a green place for spot after pressing the change button. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but it sometimes it just like immediately sometimes you just like immediately it immediately cancels the little animation of where I select where to place it. Oh, so now they get into the siege. Now they get into the enemy siege. So you see that this guy's retreating now. This guy's a bit of a pro. He's already seeing the future and seeing that his team is gonna maybe retreat. No, he's moving forward. Excuse me. Oh, because we're rallying this flag, right? We're rallying this flag, so we'll bring the siege to the flag. Let's go exactly where this guy's going. It's interesting. It's almost like you can't place it where like any enemy is, or like where any like anybody from another camp is. This is probably not a great spot for my siege. Am I getting any hits here? No hits here. Surprised I can't reach these guys. There's the rally. You know what? I'm gonna get closer and kill their reinforcements that come in. Can I go to here? This seems fine. This seems fine. Oh, and it does show the range. It shows the range of the siege out to here. But I'm surprised I'm not firing on some of these guys. Like, shouldn't I be firing on this dude right now? Alright, we burned it, so I gotta run away. Alright, Siege gets good trades, but I will be honest and say I'm a little annoyed at using Siege so far. A little annoying to use Siege. Oh, I think we just captured it. Yeah, we just locked it in. Or no, we're about to. Here we go. Let's go. Look at that. Look at that. That's a hell of a zig lock right there. Man. That is a nice zig lock right there for Wind Camp. Kingdoms 1079, 1228, and 2965. That is a heck of a great Ziggurat capture right there. But I've had enough of the siege. I'm going to come back out with my regular marches and see how I do. Yeah, Zip, I didn't hear about Wild Lion's Mail, or I didn't see it, but I heard about it. From what I heard, what he said was that things need to change in 2377, or he and Mr. Hope are going to leave. But I also heard that it was their pilot who wrote the mail, not the actual owners of the account. So that changes things a bit too, I think. So we're continuing to build over here. Yeah, we're still building aggressively, I would say. Did we extinguish this? I think we might have lost the flag over here, but it wasn't like a big deal. How's water doing? And so like even water has kind of like stopped progressing over here. They are burning 1718 is healing right here, or 1718's allies are healing right here. So I think that even though it looks like we're in very good shape in this KvK, I think that if the enemy manages to have dominance of the map for like 10 hours, I think this could look a lot different. I think this could actually look a lot different. So I do think our side has to be ready to show up tomorrow. You know, like ready to fight again tomorrow. Because if the enemy chooses to fight, then we're gonna have to. There's no way we can just like say we won, and then like the enemy has no chance of coming back. The enemy has a chance of coming back here, I think, because they have enough territory, and our territory is vulnerable enough that I think they can come back. I'm going to use the siege march in the field here just to see how it interacts in dot mode, basically. Maybe I can fight over here or something. Actually, I'll go into this. This is the better fight. Definitely the better fight. The ZIGG is I think it's close. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I think it was 2 days, right? 3 days. Yeah, it doesn't open for 3 days. So I mean, the buffs are good. The buffs are good on the ZIGG, but it's not like you can't overcome the buffs. Like, and I'm pretty sure like if they cut our territory off, like if they cut us off here, then, and we're not like actually, you know, if the ZIGG is inactive, I assume we don't get the buffs anyway. So I guess I should have teleported up here. I haven't been paying attention. I should have like grabbed one of these real nice spots. Crimson says the servers won't be back until 9 UTC, so it delays them for a full night of progress like before. Well, I think what Big Kane said on his stream, like after Zone 5, I think what Kane said was that Wind Camp surprisingly has a downtime in the like 10 to 14 UTC range. And today we saw the enemy make a lot of progress from like, you know, like 12 UTC to 18 UTC. So I think when the server comes up, it's probably going to be the enemy's uptime. Yeah, job's not finished. Job's not finished. It doesn't feel that way to me at all. I think they're demoralized right now, but the server downtime and then the comeback, where like whatever team shows up with more people when the servers come back up, the morale is going to be good for that team. If the enemies show up with more people at 9 UTC and they start burning us, their morale is going to be good, you know? So I think this feels like we have another day of fighting. This KvK feels like we have another day of fighting. I don't think the enemy's going to give up now. I really don't. I really do not. So let me try to set this guy up. Okay, so I do have this. So I could go here. Okay. I'm getting slightly better at the siege, I think. All right, there's pretty much no wind camp people over here, but that's fine. We got our siege. We got our field to protect the siege. I think I'm not sure who said it. I don't know if it was Touch. I don't know who was just talking, but yeah, I think it was Touch. Touch just said that he wrote a hype mail in ChatGPT and shared it with 1079. I feel like a ChatGPT mail for Rise of Kingdoms would not be good. I don't know. Maybe. I guess if you just talk about war in general, but you don't really like have ChatGPT talk about Rise of Kingdoms war, you just like do a general like hype people up for war mail, it would actually be pretty freaking good. I'm gonna undo my siege because a bunch of people are walking over here. So this seems like not a great situation anymore. I think we might be setting up a double rally on this flag, so we'll go over here. Morale's got to be low after they captured Zig and lost it later. Sure, but I mean, if they have a couple hours of success and all of a sudden it looks like they can win, then morale changes pretty quick. So, I mean, obviously the morale for our side must have been low when we lost the Zig, right? We lost the freaking Zig. And all that changed was someone said, let's counterattack at 19 UTC, and enough people showed up to give us momentum, right? We had momentum, we had the field, then we started burning them. And that's how it all started. It just started with us having better numbers than them and burning them a few times. So I think they can probably figure something out that works just as well. Because I just don't think our territory improves our situation all that much. It gives us the buffs of the Zig, sure. It gives the territory we have gives us the buffs of the Zig, but this is still very awkward territory to fight in. Like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about like maybe we focus on clearing this territory here, because then that gives us like a straightforward. It gives us like straightforward territory where like we build flags here, right? We build flags here, and then we burn the flags that are right next to us. But as it is, we're still fighting in very awkward territory where my city's here, but we're attacking something up here. That's super awkward. That's super awkward. And so like we've been winning for 10 hours, but we're still fighting. We're disadvantaged. We are disadvantaged in the fight right now. Where like they are fighting right on top of their cities, and my city is literally half a mile away, right? So I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over at all. All right, let me set this guy up again. Looks like, I think the server is going to be going down in 15 minutes, guys. So I'll keep this stream going for another 10, but then I'm going to need to teleport my city to safety. You know. So I'll go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to walk home and get my city to safety. Large Spun says, I agree with what you say. Not only is your territory awkward, but it's vulnerable. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah. Yep, I completely agree. You know, I'm just kind of a visitor. I'm an outsider to this thing. So I was helping out earlier, but I wasn't really like trying to push the decisions in any sort of way. And obviously now I'm streaming, so I'm just sort of like saying what I think. I'll let these guys do what they want. I am a pessimist, though. I'm also a pessimist, I'll say, large sponge. I'm very pessimistic. I always approach this game from a pessimistic point of view. And that can definitely get on people's nerves sometimes. So we might have like demoralized them so much, and we might just be like the stronger team, and so we'll be fine. But yeah, if the enemy shows up in big numbers and we don't compete hard once the servers are back up, I do think we could get cut. Oh, this guy's not even treating yet. Because you never know what kind of emotional damage has been done from capturing the Zig and then losing it, and then losing a bunch of territory and getting your butts kicked for about 10 hours. Emotional damage could have occurred on the enemy team where they're starting to get mad at each other or whatever. And so that's always possible as well. Because as you can see, even water is dominating fire right now. Even though this is like a very good time for 1718, water is about to burn this flag down. We got the burn here on the double rally, so. But like even the fire territory, look at this. Even this territory can be cut. Like even water can be cut. Like even water can be cut. Like this is like 5 flags right here. So I probably would have changed. I probably would have built differently here, honestly. I'm gonna send the siege home now, though. I do thank everybody for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this coverage. Wasn't the most exciting part of the war for sure, but you know, it was fine. And I greatly appreciate everybody who came over from Chadsky's stream. It is always fun to stream for a lot more people. The servers are supposed to come back up at 9 UTC. But if you've been playing this game for a long time, you know that Lilith's estimates of when their servers are going to go back up are almost never correct. They're almost never correct. So I'm going to probably go to sleep after this. And that'll be it for me. But if there's fighting tomorrow, I might jump back on. I might jump back on the live stream if there's still a very competitive war tomorrow. Let me do one more fight here. Let me get into one more fight here. We got PQ art. We are definitely outnumbered. Especially if... Oh, but we got people joining too. We might just have a bit of a fight here. Yeah, I'm gonna follow PQ art. If he wants to go in, I'm with him. Let's look at the numbers from here. I mean, I guess we're falling back. Yeah, we're falling back. I thought those numbers were pretty fair, but... And now they're hitting our siege. Look at this. They're getting the siege. Can I turn on this? Looks like... Okay. Yeah, the good turn. Good turn. Good turn. Good turn. Good turn by us. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, good little turn here. Okay, looks like somebody's staying here. It's always weird to figure this out, but I'm just retreating the BQ. Pretty good. Now I can just retreat the QSH. Everybody's retreating, never mind. Let's just stay in this fight. I don't want my teammates to leave. If they don't leave, I don't leave. We stay. The server's going down in 10 minutes. We stay and fight this. We get some last final KP after an epic, epic day. Tides of War. Like, what a fitting name for this KvK. Tides of War. We definitely rode some waves up and down today. Losing for a long time. Almost feeling like it was over. And then everybody banding together, making a counterattack, and literally flipping this Kingsland on its head. Unbelievable. Tides of War indeed. There we go. It's 5:52. It's going to take me a few minutes to walk home, so I think that's going to be our last fight for the night. We'll take a look at these trades here. This is not a super strong account by any means. Obviously, the QSH traded very well there. Even the Nevsky Joan traded well. But you can see as we go through some of these reports that, you know, the trades are just, they're decent. I've done decently with the trades. This is just like a middle of the pack account, you know? Nothing amazing, just a middle of the pack account. But if you play smart, if you just sort of understand what's happening and you know, you're in the right place at the right time and you help your team however you can. You know, earlier I was like scouting flags and letting people know what was in the flag. I was letting people know how much was left in the rally, so the people who are in the field, the swarmers, they can make really good, immediate, real-time decisions about whether to swarm or not. And I was like standing at the Citadel so it wouldn't get taken away from us. There's just so many ways to help your kingdom in this game. The most important thing is that you are online and you care about the team's success. If you do those two things, you will be a very, very valuable member of just about any kingdom in this game. I mean, you might not hit as hard as Lord Javier here. You might not hit as hard as Lord Javier, but you can be a good contributing member anyway. So we're going to teleport to safety. We had a pretty bad teleport spot all day. Pro tip for anybody who is going to be logging in around 9 UTC when this thing resumes, get on immediately, because there's probably going to be some very good teleport spots. There will probably be some very, very good teleport spots. Well, looks like we got one more rally. Looks like we have one more rally. Where's he going? Oh, he's going to try to zero bot lord. I don't know. Let's see how this one goes. We'll stay online for this rally. It's not even full. It's not even close to full. Oh, no. Oh, no. A lot of farms in here, but still. Alright, so where do I want to teleport? I guess I'll just teleport to the safe zone. I'm just going to teleport to the safe... here's another pro tip. When you're in like a very intense KvK, and like people need to get removed from alliances, just teleport all the way to the zone 1. So then people can like easily realize that you can be kicked, right? Now they know. They see my city there. They know I can be kicked. So that's just the way to do it. Believe me. Here's Bot Lord. Bot Lord's going to take this one. 1.7 mil rally from Boskurt 020. Let's see how do you guys think this one's going to go? Dragon Ball, I do not know what kingdoms are going in. No, I'm not sure. I have no idea, actually. Well, yeah, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this going to be the start of the comeback? Is this going to be the start of Earth's comeback here? Or Fire Camp's comeback? Is this city rally right here? where we get absolutely murked. Jippy says, I think you are off on that opinion about swarming Shapur rallies. This KvK will not be decided by who is holding the ZIGG for the next 3 days, but by who is running out of speeds first. That's a fair point. That's definitely a fair point. That is a fair point. That's a fair point, Jippy. But, you know, in any war... But I don't know that people are really running out, right? Like, the thing is, so you make a good point, but I will say that, like, it's also possible that what's going to happen is we're going to take so much of their relevant territory that they will have speed ups left and we will have speed ups left, but the KvK will be over anyway. So there is value in minimizing the damage you take from a territorial perspective in your downtime. And I think swarming Shapur rallies would have minimized the damage or lessened the damage that they took during their downtime. But I also think it's true that this is far from over. Our territory is pretty vulnerable. And this was a great war right here. Everybody's jumping off voice right now. I can hear all the disconnection noises. So I am going to call the stream here. I thank you all for watching. Throw a like on the way out if you enjoyed this content. If there's more fighting tomorrow, I will try to be back covering it. I'm sure that the other content creators in this war, like Big Kane and Chadsky, they will also be providing content. But thank you all for watching. And until next time, I will see you all on the flip side.